The shift to remote work has been a significant change for many businesses, and it's important to make sure that productivity doesn't suffer as a result. In fact, according to a study by Buffer, remote workers reported being more productive than their in-office counterparts. This is because remote workers often have more control over their environment, which can lead to a reduction in distractions and an increase in focus. One key factor in maximizing productivity for remote workers is clear communication and setting clear expectations. A study by Harvard Business Review found that remote workers who communicated regularly with their managers and colleagues were more likely to report high levels of job satisfaction and productivity. This is because clear communication helps to ensure that remote workers understand their tasks and responsibilities, and that they can receive the support and feedback they need to be successful. Another important aspect to consider is creating a dedicated workspace for remote workers. A study by the University of California, Irvine found that those who had a designated workspace at home reported higher levels of productivity compared to those who worked in a shared or makeshift space. This is because a dedicated workspace allows remote workers to separate their work and personal life, which can help to improve focus and reduce distractions. In addition to clear communication and a dedicated workspace, it's important to provide remote workers with the necessary tools and resources to be successful. This includes things like access to company information and resources, as well as access to software and technology that allows for seamless collaboration and communication with colleagues. This is critical for remote workers, as it helps to ensure that they can stay connected and engaged with their team, even when working remotely. Another important strategy for maximizing productivity in a remote workforce is to establish a set schedule and routine. This can help remote workers to stay on track and avoid procrastination. A study by Forbes found that remote workers who establish a set schedule and routine are more likely to be productive and achieve their goals. It's also important to prioritize the well-being of remote workers. A study by Stanford University found that those who worked from home reported higher levels of job satisfaction, but also experienced increased levels of stress and burnout. To combat this, it's important to encourage regular breaks and to make sure that remote workers have access to support and resources to manage their mental health. This can include things like mental health days, access to counseling services, and regular check-ins with managers to discuss any concerns. In conclusion, maximizing productivity in a remote workforce is about clear communication, setting clear expectations, providing necessary tools and resources, establishing a set schedule and routine, and prioritizing the well-being of remote workers. By implementing these strategies, businesses can ensure that productivity doesn't suffer in the shift to remote work. Additionally, it's important to recognize that every worker is unique, and what works for one employee may not work for another. It's important to be flexible and to work with each remote worker to find the strategies that work best for them. This can include things like flexible scheduling, personalized training, and tailored resources to help them succeed. Finally, it's important to remember that remote work is not a one-size-fits-all solution. It's important to evaluate the productivity and satisfaction of remote workers on a regular basis and adjust as necessary. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more content on maximizing productivity for business professionals.